if you can move up the neck and effectively play bar chords anywhere you want to play them and you know what your root is, then this lesson just may not be for you. But if you're struggling, and I mean you don't know what to do on a bar chord, and let's say you're trying to bar chord and it sounds like that. Let's say you can't figure it out. Well, this lesson just might be for you. Let's see, what chords do we know? Let's say our open chords like A, an E, or maybe an A minor and an E minor. Good job, everybody. Let's do an E minor chord. Great job, great job. Good job. Now let's look at what's going on here. This is the breakthrough that helped me identify how to play bar chords. And it also helped with my form of actually holding the chord too. We've got the nut of the guitar right here. We've got that fret in between where our fingers are. So our fingers are on fret number 2 on the A and the D string for that E minor chord. Let's try something different. Let's use our ring and our pinky finger. And let's play that E minor like this. Good, good, good. Let's take a look at what's going on. Same sound, same notes. Everything's the same, no change. We've just changed our fingers. Now look at what's going on. Our first finger is floating out here in outer space somewhere. It's just hanging out above the guitar. So this is the nut. This is where the guitar ends down here. That is fret 0, everybody. It doesn't exist on the guitar. That's fret 1, that's fret 2. So if I take my first finger and I lay it down, there we go, that's it. Except my finger's off the hook. It has no pressure on it. It's just hanging out there. That's the shape, everybody. Look at that. Look at that. Same thing as an E minor. Let's say you slid it up 1 fret. Now, I can't strum that. It won't quite sound correct. That's not an E minor anymore. It's also not an F chord either at this point. We have to do something. So if you're trying to lay your finger down right here on fret number 1, you're on the right track. That's the move. That's an F minor chord. Now, if it sounds like this, it's okay. Everyone's bar chords are gonna sound really muddy at first. It's okay. It does take a lot of strength, especially on an acoustic guitar, around the first, let's say 1, 2, 3 frets. There's a lot of pressure you have to apply right there to get those strings to push down. If your action's high, lots of factors go into play on this, but acoustics in general can be very tough in this region on the skin. But the more we practice pressing down and squeezing with that thumb in the back, the better. That's the bar now. So now, that's F minor. We know that's an F minor because this is an open E. The first fret is an F. If we move up again to an F sharp note, now do that same shape, everybody. That's an F sharp minor. So right there, look at what we've just unlocked. We can now move around the neck with this shape. Now, this is called the E minor shape. So this is a minor chord, E minor. It's now movable. That's G minor. And this is A minor. And this is B minor. Now, it's very important to know the musical alphabet so we can quickly identify notes on the fretboard. Hold on, guys. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's A. Who wants to do that every time? We want to know the 5th fret is A. So if I say play an A minor chord for me, and you go like this, I'm going to say good job. Great job, everybody. That's A minor. Can you play it any other way? You want to be thinking ahead of how can I play an A minor chord with what I've just learned so far in this lesson. Well, we know the 5th fret is an A note. I'm sure someone watching this video has gone like this before to hear that match the string below it. I'm sure someone's done that. So that's an A note, everybody. So let's play our E minor shape. You see that there? There it is. Something's missing though, right? What is it, everybody? We've got a bar right there. Great. Now, that is an A minor. Great job, everybody. That's one way to play the A minor. That's another. So that's 2 different shapes we've learned so far to play A minor. And look how easy that was. Now, if I asked you to play B minor, what would you do? You might go here and you might struggle to figure that out, or you might be able to effectively play that chord great. Or you could slide this shape up 1 more fret to B, because that's A sharp, and that's B. There it is. With 1 shape, we've now unlocked a movable minor chord that can take us anywhere up the neck. And I hope this is helping anyone out there. This video just might be for the beginner that needs this lesson on bar chords, because if you miss these steps, you might struggle for years with bar chords. The next shape we're going to look at is another minor shape. I'm going to ask you to play your A minor chord. Good job, everybody. It sounds like that. 5-string chord, leave out the E string. Now let's use these fingers and play this A minor chord. Might feel even weirder than doing this, but we can do it. We can do it. Nothing fancy here. We're just practicing holding that shape. Can we get all the notes to ring, everybody? I'll do it with you. Good. Now, same concept, everybody. We've got the floating first finger. These other three are planted to the neck. I'm holding my A minor shape. So, we're now on the A string as our root. So we know this is an A, and that's the root, the lowest tone in this A minor chord. This floating first finger now is going to practice laying down. So before we add any pressure to it, let's just lay it down right here on top of the nut on the guitar. If I can get in the habit at an early stage of what it feels like to hold that shape with no pressure on this finger, isn't that a beautiful thing? We're just practicing that A minor chord with no pressure on the bar yet, just to get a feel for what that shape feels like. I've got my thumb steady in the middle of the back of the neck, putting a good bit of pressure there, and I'm using the tips of my fingers, and let's slide up 1 fret. It may feel a little uncomfortable for you, and don't worry how it sounds yet. If it sounds like this, it's okay. This is the steps it takes to make that bar chord. But I hope doing that really helps you guys unlock how and why that bar chord works. So now I can't just strum down yet. Doesn't sound good. Sounds pretty bad. Let's take our first finger and lay it down. And it's still a 5-string chord. There we go. And that's a tough chord, everybody. That's a tough chord. That's one of the more tougher chords. We're in a very tight region of the guitar. We know this is an A string. This note right here must be a B flat, because if my 2nd fret is a B note, my open string is an A note, in between is a B flat. So if I'm rooting my first finger here, and I'm playing that A minor shape right here, playing a B flat minor. Let's go up 1 more fret, B minor. We're back to B minor. Let's go 1 more fret. That's C minor. Let's go again. There's C sharp minor, and there's D minor. D minor, everybody. And if you're playing D minor like this, great. Now you know. This is D minor. That's why it's important to know the musical alphabet. So if I'm making that my root note, and I play my A minor shape, and I slide up to where my first finger is now going to be the nut of the guitar, I'm playing a D minor chord. I challenge you all to learn the musical alphabet and start unlocking the notes on these strings. Spend a couple minutes today and start playing these chords. We've unlocked all these chords up the neck. I can play minor chords up until I can't go anymore. How cool is that? Let's look at one more shape, everybody. This is another major shape. This is the A shape. So if you're playing your A like this, that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You might find it's easier to do this, or you might find it's easier to do that. Let's take our A shape and look at what's going on. We've got A as our root, just like our A minor, but now it's an A major. I'm strumming down on my D string, my G string, and my B string. My E is actually not ringing on this A, and that'll work. If I'm playing like this, it allows me to get that E to ring. Let's look at what's going on. Here's the nut of our guitar, but we still have that space here, that 1 fret gap. You guessed it, everybody. Let's swap fingers and use our 3rd finger and play that A. That's gonna feel really weird for you. So let's go ahead and get that weird out of here. Let's take our first finger and lay it down. Take a look at what's going on. You guessed it, everybody. We're gonna slide up here and play that same B flat note. There's our A, there's our B flat. So see what's going on? We've got our B flat, we've got the D string, G string, and the B string. And that's a tough chord on the fingers, everybody. We're in this tough region. So let's move up a little bit. Let's go to B. That's a B major chord. Let's go again. That's C. You guessed it, that's C sharp. And that's D. With that major shape, look at what we can now do. I can play a D chord like this, or I can play a D chord like this. Or I can play an E chord if I go up 1 whole step. E chord up here, E chord down here. So I really hope this is helping you. I challenge you to use these bar chords and make new voicings for your playing. So let's say you have a progression such as G, D, and C. You can play them down here all day. It's going to sound great. Now let's play G, and that's my E shape. Hey everybody, I think you're doing great. I would like to note, at the start of the video, I mentioned the E minor shape. What I'm demonstrating right here is the E major shape, which we know we just add that one note with our middle finger. Let's get back to it. It's my E major shape on the 3rd fret with the root being that G. Good. And if I make my A shape right below it, what am I playing, everybody? There's my root, 3rd fret A string, C. There's my C. And if I go up here to D, because I know that's C, I know that's C sharp, I know that's D, I'm going to play my same A shape. That's my A. There's my switch. There's my slide. There's my slide. Good, good, good. So that's C, D. Now we're going to play G, C, and D using bar chords and create a completely different sound. Then back to G. Now, at first, your chords are going to sound really muddy, and I understand that. Everybody's been there. It's okay. No shame. Don't worry about it. Just keep practicing. But I'm going to tell you a trick. When you're laying your finger down, if it's flat on the fretboard, you see where our skin is really kind of bulky right here? And I'll put my pick in there. If I put my pick into my finger, you can see the skin push in where that knuckle or that joint is. Imagine if a string was right there and it could not ring clearly because of that. But you want the bone to be pushing down on that fret to make that bar. So if you got the tender part of your finger down straight on it, it's going to be difficult at first to get them all to ring clearly. You might be struggling with that. So practice just rotating. Rotate that finger to get more bone on there. And if you can get all 6 strings to ring clearly, and you want your hand not to be in a bind, you don't want to be so tight, and if it is tight, let go, let the blood flow, shake it off. You know, if you ever feel pain playing the guitar, hey, shake it off. It happens after a while. If you're on stage playing some open chords for a couple hours, you best believe that hand's going to get tight after a while, so you want to constantly shake it off. Good job, everybody. Keep testing all of the strings. Good. Now I hope this lesson helped you play bar chords. If you're struggling with them in any way, watch this over and over as many times as you need. We have everything you're ever going to need for the guitar journey and ukulele journey and so many more great instruments right here on our channel at Stokes Music Studios. Thanks for watching. If you're my practice partner, let me know in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell too, because we're posting thousands of lessons this year and you don't want to miss out. Hey everybody, my name is Lucas and I will see you in the next lesson. Woo! We're teaching you how to read music through drills like these and regular progress checks. Take a look at this sample.